am honored to be able to introduce and present attorney Andrea Vetter. And relationships are so important. So, attorney Robin Smith, thank you for connecting me with this attorney, this sweetheart. Enjoy.
Hey, hello, hello, hello. I am almost beside myself and so excited how things work out. And this beautiful young lady, this is our first time meeting. We've spoke a little bit on the phone. Miss Andrea, did I say it correctly?
You said it right.
Woo. And just to give you some info, how we met, it's amazing how important relationships are. Attorney Robin Smith. I met her maybe about 3 years ago. She was helping a friend. And as I mentioned to you on the phone call, that Robin doesn't know she's one of my new best friends because she's got the sweetest heart. So I reached out to Robin, attorney Robin, and y'all need to find attorney Robin. She helps with work stuff. Oh man, just look her up. But anyway, so I reached out to attorney Robin because there was a death in our family and people were going haywire and bonkers. And I said, Robin, do you have anybody that you know that might come on Healthy Heart and just share with me that I will understand? And if I have a question, I believe other people have questions too. And girl, let me tell you this, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. She hit me right back. She said, I will do, she will reach out. And then she put us both together. Girl, this is not how attorneys, you don't know because you're an attorney. So attorneys don't act like y'all. They don't act like that. That's not how they do normally, not the ones I know. So then she hit back and grouped you in this message with your name. And if I'm an emotional person, and you said, yes, you would. And my imagination had you living out of the state. That's my imagination. And I said, oh, thank you, thank you. We can do Zoom. And you know what you said? I know you know what you said. You said that you would come over to my house and chat with me. Girl, you could stick me with a fork because I was done. I was so like, oh my God. She's coming to my made studio because I didn't know you're supposed to have a studio, but I created a studio. And she's coming over my house to chat with me. So that's my intro to you, but I'm gonna let you please state your name before I ask the first question that I'm just like, whoa. So yes, ma'am. So who are you?
Well, thank you so much for the nice introduction. It's a pleasure to get to talk to you. I'm really excited. I wish it would have worked out that we could be in the same room just because I don't know, would have liked to see your face in person. But I'm Andrea Vetter. So I am a solo practitioner. I have been in practice for 12 years coming up in October. I do estate planning and probate and some small business stuff. I moved to Louisville in 2016 to attend law school, which is actually where I met Robin. She was a year ahead of me and she would make us cookies and she really is amazing. So I'm a mom of four. My husband and I got married in 2017. So I guess we just celebrated 15 years. And our four children are 13, 11, almost 9 next week, and 5.
Oh, wow. You have some neat, interesting opportunities and challenges.
Yes. Yes, we've got 3 girls and a boy. They're awesome. They're really awesome.
Yes, that's a blessing. And that you're paying attention to, because sometimes we don't pay attention when we parent. So that's a blessing. But let me tell you, attorney friend lady, honey child, recently a family member passed. And this person, the first person I really knew that had a will, and I was surprised. And they left somebody in charge, one of the children, and the rest of the children are going bonkers. And so then I thought, I guess because he had something to leave behind, is it necessary for people that feel we don't have anything that's of value to leave behind, or is a will necessary? Is a will necessary?
So in my opinion, yes. Now, if you truly don't have any assets to plan for, I can see why people would think that it's not, but you actually never know what your cause of death is going to be. So you could be in an accident and then your estate gets this huge personal injury settlement. But then if you don't have a will, you haven't made any kind of direction on what you would want to happen with that money. So I think it's important for everyone to have, even if you feel like you don't have assets, just because you really never know what kind of assets might find their way into your estate. Maybe you inherit from some long lost relative that you had no idea. And then suddenly you've got $100,000 to plan for. And maybe it would pass the way that you would have wanted, but you wouldn't have taken the opportunity to be proactive in that. So yes, I think it's important for everyone to have a will.
This morning, when I was getting myself prepared mentally, so excited, I may need to find where your office is. I don't have a will and I don't have a living will. And then I thought, well, am I being selfish by not having either one, just dumping stuff on people? Because I hadn't thought about it until you agreed to come on. I thought, oh, is that, well, anyway, girl, it just hit my mind. It's like, I'm really not caring for the people of the offsprings if I don't make my request known.
Yes, it can be a huge gift to your family to just let them know, even if they're not happy with what you choose, to just let them know that at least this is what you wanted, so that they don't have to make guesses, especially with a living will. Those decisions can be really hard for family members to make. And I find it's much easier if they know that, well, at least this is what mom wanted, because that gives them peace to know that we're fulfilling her wishes, even if maybe that's not what we would have chosen for ourselves.
Wow, that's so. Do you do living wills as regular, as normal, as like the normal wills? Or is that
I
something
do.
that?
So typically for every person, there are 3 documents that I recommend as part of their complete estate plan. So the first is a living will. And so that is, if you want to do organ donation, kind of what you want to happen with your medical care, you go ahead and name a surrogate so they can make decisions. The second one is a financial power of attorney. And so those are used in situations where maybe you develop dementia, maybe you're in an accident and you're in the hospital and you can't access your bank accounts. So this document appoints someone to be able to handle your financial affairs while you're still alive and you can't do it. And then the third one is a will. So the will only takes effect once you pass away. The other 2 will be used in your lifetime, and they're very important for those reasons, but the will won't take effect until you pass away. So it doesn't matter if you have named an executor in your will. That will doesn't give them the power to go to the bank and say, mom's in the hospital, I need to keep paying her bills, I need to be able to sign her checks. They're going to say, I'm sorry, you're out, you're out of luck, because the will's not valid yet because it hasn't come into effect. So I think those 3 documents are important for everyone to have.
That's amazing. If the Lord says the same, I'll be 68. Girl, I never heard of all that. It's just like before you just go, hurry up and go to the bank. Not really, but you could get blocked immediately when somebody passes, even if you have their pen,
right?
But not the legal.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you don't know what you don't know. So if you've never had an occasion to have to learn this, it's something a lot of people aren't aware of.
Yes. And that brings me to another question. Having the opportunity, I say everything's opportunity, have the opportunity that my mom only had me. So when she passed, there was no friction, no discussion with anybody. But if there are people, and like my granddaughter, girl, she asked me, who was I going to leave the house to? I thought, isn't that interesting? Never even thought of it. And I said, well, I guess the mortgage company. So if you don't have a will and people start taking things, are your creditors going to come? What happens? Or does that make sense?
That makes sense. Now, personal property, most creditors aren't going to come after personal property, your clothing and things like that. However, if you die with debt, you